Damn, I think I could be heard now. Damn. There isn't EFES qualifiers. I hope not. Excuse me if I'm going a little bit all over the place. There's a new thing for me here. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome for the fourth round of the EFES esports comp. I'm your host or commentator tonight, Cooler or Deadpool, Cooler Deadpool, whatever you want to call me. And yeah, today we're here at Silverstone, which is a phenomenal track to be racing on. At the moment, we're just waiting for one driver, as in, I think they got someone in. It says 19 drivers. There is a Ferrari missing. I think that will be sorted. There are 20 drivers in now. Yeah, there we go. We're at 20 drivers now. Wow. This is going to be phenomenal. It's my first esports commentary, so I'm heavily looking forward to this. For the people who don't know me, I'm I don't know really. I'm part of the QSR family. A little bit there. Started I think around about before the summer. Joined the team as soon as they started running up, and now I'm here. I do normally commentary on Monday, which is GT4 racing for another league. Will not be mentioned tonight, sadly. If anyone's interested, then let me know. More on the ACC side in GT racing. I have not, sadly, done a load of F1 commentary, so this is something extremely new for me. We're joined here by many teams, 20 drivers, which is very crazy, in my opinion. I'll try to do my best, but I'm quite nervous, to be honest, shaking a little bit, because it is my first time doing this. Well, that's something else. Yeah, that was something else. I think I could be heard. I'm just going to try it, make sure nothing's going wrong with stream. Yeah, okay, I can be heard. And here we are. We're at the first part of this amazing session. We're in the qualifying. The most, in my opinion, one of the most important parts of the weekend. Many can argue, but for me, it's very good to try to get a nice position. Now, I don't know which exact, the 100% teams. I know a few, so I might mess up or slip up a little bit, but I hope that's okay. Now, we will of course follow the first driver. Hello, mate. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing quite well. I'm really doing well. I've been out today. I've been to a nice town. I've had a nice dinner. I've got a few nice goodies as well. So, yeah, I'm feeling quite good. I'm from ONB, Head of Management. Oh, it's nice to meet you, man. I don't know, sorry to say, I'm not familiar with the team. But, yeah, it's going to be something good. Might jump into a party, to be honest. If you may excuse me, I will just quickly do that into a private lobby. Whoops, sorry. Into a private little lobby by myself, so I do not get disturbed meanwhile I do comms, which could be quite annoying. I don't particularly want anyone to start close party. There we go. Anyway, a few drivers have gone out already. Amazing stuff. We will actually follow the driver who's... We'll actually try to get... Can we get track map anyway? There we go. Yeah, I'm not used to the comms here. Now, we will follow whoever's first, which is an Alpine. I think it's... There we go. We're following the Alpine here of... we'll call him Nagy. Zombar Nagy. I do apologize for any bad pronunciations. I'm very bad with it. With his CTX, if I'm not 100% wrong. This would be a very interesting thing to see, in my opinion. I really like esports. We're top 5 at the moment. Well, that's good. It's good to hear, mate. It's really nice to see, you know, these esports teams. Something I could actually start talking about is, you know, these people who had the dedication to start up these organizations. They're not that good. It doesn't matter if you're not good, mate. If you're trying, and I mean, top 5 is quite good. It's midfield, or at least one of the top runners. A little bit side by side, the Ferrari, which the Ferrari is team F1AF. Sadly, not heard of them. I know a few guys here. No, mate. I mean, yes, kinda. It's is what it is. Now, something I'm gonna follow here tonight. I cannot comment much on the driving. I normally do, but to be a part of these amazing, we have a yellow flag there. I think it's slow cars going around. They were third, I think. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Now, Mr. Nagy will be heading up to one of the McLaren's driving, which I think is none other than VE. I do know of them, briefly. Not sure we have two. I did not read that, I'm sorry. I'd like to welcome everyone who's come. Too many leagues, haha. Yeah, I agree. That's what majority of my part has been. Now, we'll follow Mr. Nagy here. Driving for... oh god. Driving for CTX. Going right into comps now. Good on the outside. Deploying the ERS to get the extra coverage. My boy, I'm a lap. I'll give you a friendo. Yeah, sure. It's fine. Amazing from Maggots and Beckett. Now we're going up to the Abbey Straight, if I'm not 100% wrong. And then we go into Val. Now the battery of the driver is running quite low. But that should be fine. He's only got a little bit of a straight left. Pushing that battery all the way to the max, and he will be the one to set a benchmark for the rest of these drivers to try to compete. Going through now onto the Hamilton straight, and his time will be set at 1:25.2, which to me is an astonishing lap. His team is now going to come in second place with a 2:10 deduction at a time. The Ferrari boy of F1 AF has only Kittensu, I'll just call him that, has set a 26.3. Good lap from them. A few other drivers will now start their lap. We'll now move over to Mr. TMS. These guys, VE, the VE driver, TMS Milk. I need a track map, I think. I think that would be good for me. 22 people, oh my god, that's shocking. Holy damn. Any other drivers yet? The CT Master 33, I do know him. I've seen him in other leagues before. He just set a, many people, the TDR driver then setting Poli Trump, a 25.3. There is a yellow flag, there are the Williams, go on Anton. Through Maggots and Beckett there's a yellow flag, I don't think anything too much. Most drivers are setting that their time. We'll actually follow up with Mr. in the Williams, which is FCR Luke Skyware. He goes to P8. Amazing lap for them. There's a good banker so far for those drivers. We'll follow the TDR driver of Iman. They're 1 second down, so their lap would not be counting. Kick driver, who is a part of the RV2 esports team, driving for Kick. Yeah, RV2, I can see that on his name. Thank you, people, for actually doing it. He's gone off his lap, he's cancelled it completely. Might be low on fuel, if I'm reckoning. A few drivers are heading in for the pits for their first pit stop. A little bit of traffic through Max Becker. You don't particularly want that during your lap. All that dirty air will really mess these drivers up. Especially when these laps are one of the most important things. You have to set a good lap. A bad lap will cause you to... holy, quite a big impediment there from the Kick Sauber. I don't think that will really be reckoning as an impediment. Evening, hello. Welcome to the stream. And his lap will go up to P9 with a 25.6. Good effort for Mr. the Grand Dada. Amazing name there, buddy. We'll move over to... Everybody's in the pits now. I don't think anyone else is on that. McLaren drivers to 1 second off. TMS Milk is going out. He's in the... Man, I have such a bad memory span. VE. Here we go. He's still 100% battery, so he's not on the lap. What about the Ferrari? The Ferrari in Mr. F1 AF. Is he still on the lap? No, he's 1.2 seconds down, so I don't particularly think he's on the lap at the moment. Now, I need to... Audio options, gain. I can't particularly hear myself quite well. I normally like to do that so I can hear myself, but I guess that has to wait for a bit. No other drivers are out on track. Most drivers are going out for the maiden first tyre changes. I think we have one driver who actually is coming out of the pits. No, yes. We have the other F1 AF driver. A few other people are actually coming out. An Aston driver who is OMB, which was the top 5 team at the moment. We'll have a more of a proper chat during the cooldown. This has just been jumping straight into practice. Or straight into qualifying. Which is something I'm not really used to, so I kind of like to talk through everything, try to get as much information as possible, and have a good commentary. I don't like just commentating, blah blah blah, talk that. I like to have a good discussion. So that's my part of this. Quite a new thing for me as well, is esports comps, commentating for these guys. I normally do leagues. Or I only am a part of one league, which is an ACC league, Accelerate Corsa Competizione. You're doing great, mate. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Now, I think as what I normally do is, I normally do send out the stream everywhere and say, hey, Mr. Everybody, look at me. I'm Call of Deadpool and I'm on stream. I'm finally commentating for a big league. Woohoo! Or a big comp, esports comps, which is quite amazing to hear, to be honest. It's an honor. Now, we will follow Mr. Only Kitson. I'm sorry for any bad pronunciations of names. We have a yellow flag with a V cup, possibly something else going a little bit slow during the straight. Now, FAAF team driver, Only Kit, will now start his laps. Very twitchy on the car. We won't see any sort of gains or losses for the until the first sector hits. Now he has gone very wide and he's gone onto the grass. He's got his teammate behind him. Little bit maybe of a toe help there. No, he's going to let his teammate completely go past. His teammate is on an out lap, if my brain calculator is right. I don't think some of the people who are on the lap will actually move over to a CET driver just to... No, there we go. We'll move over to... we've already covered him. Oh yeah, FSD AMG is rolling up in the Red Bull. I think they're FST. It should be FST. I can't remember all the teams. I will learn them after a while though. You can trust me on that, guys. You can trust me on that. Now, that's the V Cup. Never mind. I mistaken a V Cup for a Red Bull. That's the first mistake I've made today. Anyway. Yeah, FSD. I do know these guys. They are in a... Not a yellow flag by cops. We'll just check over what's going on there. There's so many people on track, I can't really have an eye on everybody. Now, Mr. UFRT, I do know these guys as well. Pesci is on a Purple Sector 2 lap, which... A Purple Sector 1 lap, sorry. Purple Sector 1, going through cops now, which had a very infamous move, if everybody reminds of 2021. We won't briefly go into that discussion because it's a very controversial topic. Maggots and Beckett's coming up here, or onto the curb as well, playing very risky there is Pesci. We have another fastest lap by Bartby, a 1 minute 25.2. That's the new new benchmark for all these drivers to beat. I think he was pole before. Now his team has set the quickest as well, new quickest time. But everybody watch out, Pensie's here. He's about to cross the finish line, and he will move up to 6th. A good performance there from him. And now another UFRT. We have more people hitting more time, or upping the bench for what will be pole. The newest guy is RW2, Gabriel. IndyKick Sauber, if I'm not... Yeah. RV2, sorry. Gabriel Moya is the guy who's holding pole for all these drivers. With the UFRT, Joseph in P2, just almost 100th behind. Almost. Or it is 100th behind. Excuse me for that. Now, anyone else who's on the lap, we have the Ferrari, who is on the lap, FAAF, the Grandada. He's coming in hot, and he's 0.34 behind. I think that was an invalid lap. He did not improve his time or anything. He is going out again though, by the looks of stuff. He's not. He's on low ERS, so that was a misjudgment from me. Who else could we go over to? We have a few people actually boxing for their last pit stops for this race, or for this qualifying. We actually have one driver here who will cross the line any minute now. Let's see if we can try to, before they jump onto the lap. It's the Williams, who will not move any up. 1/10 down on their lap, which improve. I mean, it's good. But FCR, driver of Liam Dougherty. Is that Dougherty, really? I'm sorry for my pronunciation. My dyslexia loves to come out. Anyway, it doesn't matter about that. We're having a good time. Iman is also going into the pits, TDR driver. I mean, I kind of just remember TDR, to be honest. Now, anyway, we'll move over. He's not doing the lap. He's off on his lap. He's going into the pits. I think this will be now the last few minutes before the drivers come out. Everybody normally goes out around about 2-3 minutes around here. It's a long circuit, 1 minute 28 minutes, and you don't want to overheat those tires. Those tires that these guys are running need to be at least 2% under, max 2% on the tire wear to be squeezing the right amount of tire, what would you say, the tire deck on them. You don't want to overuse them, overheat them. Very compared to ACC though, in my opinion, I'll find more time if the tires come through a heat cycle. Let's go VR2. Yeah, it's there in pole at the moment. Quickest time by a 10th, which is, in my opinion, very impressive. I've been in a few esports races myself, but not a lot, and I don't really want to go back until I'm more experienced driver. Gabriel might go. Well, I hope he hears this in chat, because I think you'd like it. Now we have my CEO. Aww. I wish I could have more like a love story thing between you guys, but sadly not. Anyway, we'll move over to the F1 AF. Almost in the 24th. Bloody hell. No swearing though. I can't really swear. I don't think I'm allowed to. Anyway, yes, it's these guys really know how to push it. I think this is no assist as well, which makes it even more crazier because myself, I drive only line, and I kind of can't even get into the 25s, I don't think. Alright, anyway, everybody's coming out now. Most people are coming out now. It's not no assist. Well, I'm extremely sorry. It is line only. And this car's just very loud. Very loud. New headset as well. Doesn't really go well. Now, we'll follow the Williams. The Williams of, let's see, FCR. It says it in the name. Holy traffic. Yep. We can see the train is behind the RV2 driver. I'm not sure who that is. It might be Felipe or it's Gabriel. Now, Luke has put himself in a good position. That's going to be diabolical at the last two corners. Yep, it will do. So these guys really have to now strategize if they want to go past everybody, but miss this track evolution, or they stay behind and risk not qualifying for the last chance here now. We'll follow Mr. Luke's We'll follow Luke going into turn 3 and now turn 4. Amazing stuff from the FZR driver. ERS and DRS are deployed. Now going down to the straight. Hanging straight, if I'm not 100% wrong. Nice turn in. Not too much, so you lose too much turn. You want to open that turn up as much as possible. Slippy, slidey. No, he does not do that. That's more ACC in my opinion. Now we'll follow him and we'll cover any sort of instance. There is a yellow flag by the straight, if anyone can see that. But now going into cops, we'll follow him all the way through. That is an invalidation. He still does have time to regen a little bit of battery and go again. We'll move over to Mr. Ferrari, if we can find him. FAF, he's not on a lap. It's not him I want to. It's the other one, only Kitson. He's just going into Maggots and Beckett's now. Very tight, very quick through the corners. My God, this guy's really pushing it. Going a little bit wide there, but I think that's good. I think that's all a part of the plan. Battery and DRS are deployed. We have one retirement so far. No improvement will be found for the FSR Luke Luke. Now we're going into the final corners. What can the F1 AF driver Only Kittens do with a 26.3? Will he improve anything? He does. He moved up to P12 for his performance. Moving over to the FST Tjegeman van Weinzen. Yeah, we'll call him Tjegeman. In the pink V-Cub and the Miami Special livery. Going very wide. What can he do now? A 1 minute 25.5, and he sets no improvement there for him. Aston Martin driver, we didn't cover who that was. ONB, yes, that's ONB coming in as well. Another Ferrari driver, moving up to P6. Amazing performance for them. Who else? Kick Sauber, who goes even better on his pole. An ONB driver in P2. The team who was P5 moved up to P2 for the start of the Silverstone Grand Prix. TDR driver coming in, holy poly. Not him, it's his teammate. Moves up to... that IMSA, yeah, he just passed. There's a load of traffic up ahead. Oh my God, look at that, everybody. It's a holy sandwich. No improvement there. And the Mr. Liam does improve, but gets pushed down by Peishi in the UFRT Red Bull. Who else? We have one more guy, I think, and that's it. That's qualifiers done. That's the qualifying done. With Gabriel Moya in the RV2 taking pole here with a 1 minute 25.0, and he takes pole. Let's go, Gabby. Yes, he takes pole. Now, if we look through here, we have Gabriel Moya in the Kick Sauber driving for RV2. Alexander Veldgold, that's the Mercedes driver. It's a CET. I do know of them. Anton in the Aston Martin P3, UFO Joseph in P4, Marion Dispo in P5, Pesci in P6, his team at Liam in P7, Nagy in P8, Barbotti, and that's it. Too much. He had pole last week in Belgium too. Wow, that's impressive. Very impressive. Now, it looks like it's overcast for this race, which, in my opinion, could get very interesting. So that's S2 pole position. That's a two pole position. Is 2 pole positions for RV2? Yeah, I guess so. This is my first time doing it, so I'm not really sure. Now, I recommend everybody to get their popcorns, get a nice drink, because we're going to have a hell of an amazing race at Silverstone. Everything happens at Silverstone. It's always something. Last year, Lando won it. A Merce battle with Max as well, if I'm not 100% wrong. No, they were quite far off, weren't they? Anyway, they took the lead. Then Lewis winning in the 2024. An amazing battle in 2023 between Max, Lewis, and Lando. And in 2022... 2023 was last year. With Lewis and all that stuff. And Max and Lando battling. Yeah, after the safety car. And then we had in 2022, Carlos Sainz's first race win. And amazing stuff. I don't know, I'm not sure how long these guys are allowed to wait. But, yeah, it's good. We can talk about standings. So far, FZR Sim Sports are leading the Constructors' Championship, or the Esports Championship, with 62 points. Up next, Continex, with 51 points, placing themselves in P2. Syrian Esports Team, to be honest, one of the dreams I had to join an esports team when I started racing in F1, but didn't really happen to me. They are in P3 with 48 points. Anobi Esports running in P4 behind Syrian Esports with 38 points. FST, we're actually having 5 red lights. And boogity, we're going racing at Silverstone again. Gabby is getting an amazing start here. We'll actually move over to Anton. Abby is defending against Alexandra. Alexandra does have the inside line. Gabby will need to leave a little bit of space. We'll actually move over to the spectator camera because we're missing a lot. Gabby still holds on to the lead of the race. A lot of stuff are happening behind. Drivers are moving all over the place. But at the moment, no major incidents have happened except for Alexandra and Gabby making contact here just after the stray. These guys are really pushing it. We might have another 2021 incident here. Amazing battle for these two drivers. A few drivers like TDR have lost a few positions. Everybody does it. It's a long ways to go. But Alexander's going to look towards the inside. No move is going to be made, but he's following the kick salvo up his bottom, everybody. Now, I did miss kind of the start. Alright, anyway, we'll talk about the possible strategies for these drivers. It's looking like a medium hard. Of course, everybody does it. You don't particularly want to gamble too much on your strategy. Oh, we have a few cars going off there. We'll move back to them. What was going on between these two drivers? TSM Milker being pushed off. He's on track again, retired. That's good for him. Felipe with a damaged end plate. Broken wing, 2 damaged end plates. He's going to go straight. He won't have enough time to, or enough cornering speed to be able to take that. Gabriel has set the quickest lap. We'll move it back over to them, who has a whole train behind him. Gabriel still takes the lead. But Alexander's also hot behind. He will have DRS. We'll follow Alexander right behind him. The dirty here does kill a little bit. ERS is on. Now we're waiting for DRS. Remember, he has the Aston behind him of O&B Anton. But no moves will be made yet. We'll move over back a little bit to see what's happening in the back of the grid. TDR drivers are following the Ferrari of Grandad. Right behind. UFRT on for a double point. I'm all here for it, yes. I don't really know what more to say, but yeah. We have another few drivers losing positions. I don't know what happens between the CT drivers. They're following each other quick. They're taking... I've never seen these people take these corners so quick. Oh, we have Alexandra looking for a little bit of an inside just to sniff if he can make a move, but nothing's been made yet. I'll actually move over to the F1 cars thingy. Yeah, this is CET, Alexandra from CET. Oh, 5 tenths down now after that corner. Gabriel is going to start looking towards more clean. He has the clean air, guys. Remember that. Alexandra is still behind. The dirty air does start getting really bad around 5 tenths to 3 tenths, if I'm honest. TSN Nicky has set the fastest lap on the for the VE team. But now what everybody's been waiting for is Gabriel going to be able to defend against the CET driver of Alexandra, but I don't think a move will be yet made because Alexandra is not far too close to Mr. Gabriel. We haven't O&B much, we haven't talked about them much, but they're following behind, waiting for one little mistake from these two drivers, and that's it. Then they will have a 1-2 position. They will have to defend against the UFR team, Red Bull team. Now we're about to come up to the second DRS part of the track, or the third part of the track. No, it is the second. Excuse me. 6 tenths behind. Gabriel is dumping that battery, not wanting Mr. Alexander to get past. Well, FST went from a podium contenders to mid-table merchants. You believe so? I mean, I don't know. I can't really disclose anything because I don't know half the time. Oh, we have an amazing battle here. Liam Dougherty making an amazing move on the Joseph here. But Joseph is all over the back of him. Now, making those moves is making moves like this, especially when a long race like 26 laps. It's all about strategy. When do you where do you place the car? When do you decide to overtake? A little bit of oversteer, a little bit of sliding for the driver, Liam here. But DRS and ERS is activated for a little bit of the DRS though. That's activated for a few minutes, or for a few seconds, excuse me. Not losing too much time there. But he is in the UFRT sandwich. This is a chance for the UFR team to start gathering themselves together and maybe helping UFRT Pesci with the help of UFRT Yusuf to maybe make a move so they can get P5, P6. Well, RV2 drivers who has P20, he's like dead last by a huge margin. Yeah, I think he broke his wing first lap. Now we move over to the first drivers. I don't think anything else will be happening. It will just be a large DRS train for the time being until one driver makes a little slip up, and that will mean the rest of the guys will be able to attack. A little bit wider for Anton. We haven't really covered him much as well. We'll go more to the back of the field to see what's going on. There is a little bit of a gap started to form between Nagi and Sasuke. Should I say Sasuke or Sasuke? I'll say Sasuke because that sounds more English, to be honest. Now, next CT driver will box now. They've had a crappy race so far, but nothing really could be said. We're missing a little bit of overtakes here. Amazing position defending from Pesci, but Pesci will have DRS, so there's no real point. But look at that, everybody. Look at that. If we can see it, the FCR driver has underfueled. He has a warning sign that he might lose his fuel into the end of the race. That's going to be interesting to keep up with him, but we'll note that. But we'll move over more towards the top drivers after the cops here. Now, most of the drivers, yeah, we can start to see a form or a little gap being formed between Sasuke and Nagi. The VE driver, and also the CTX driver. No, sorry, it's not an Alpine. Sorry, it's a V cub. Which V cub we did cover them. It's FST. Now we can see here between the SFE driver of Nagi and also Sasuke, we can see a little bit of a gap being formed. I don't think if we can go to no, it will be interval. There we go. Now we can see more proper statistics. There we go. He's out of the DRS, which means he can get a huge amount of attacking from behind, from the other drivers behind. We have a yellow flag. We have a driver who spawned, which is, yeah, again, no, it's not an FST driver. It's a CTX driver. He's returned on track now. That's good. He's at least keeping going. It's the same guy around the field. That will hurt his race massively. Those tyres look very cold for him, but I don't think he's warming them up for the right purposes we're thinking of. Now still moving up to the top interval. Barbotti, I think he was taken out by a driver. We're not 100% sure. TDR points, let's go. Yes, they're in the points at the moment. They're P10 and P10 and P9. A good stuff for them, to be honest. I do know TDR quite well. I do have a few mates who are in it. Or not a mate. Yeah, mates. We'll say mates. They're mates. They're good friends. So now, we're 6 laps in. There's another 20 laps to go. I think URT took Barty out. Seems like a desperate move to block. Yeah, we have another driver who's left. Someone has given up. It is this TSM Milky in the VE seat. But yeah. Anything else we can worth mentioning? Yeah, Sasuke still losing time to the Nagi up ahead. Unfortunate. Nothing's really happening now. We still got that huge DRS train. And we still have a really, really loud screen for me, to be honest. It's very loud. I thought ACC was bad, but this is worse. TSM Milky has joined again. The VE driver has joined back again. I think it was technical difficulties. They have sadly dropped quite far. FST AMG has now made a move, which is, yeah, it is the FST team. That's good. I like the people who have the little esports team boxed in. I like that because that's so much easier for me to initialize and analyze who's who. Now, I don't think the C3 driver of Alexander will try to make a move now. It's a little bit too far-fetched to make something that ridiculous. Damage and pit lap 1, yeah. What are the tyres? So, most people at the time being are running mediums. We have a few 2 drivers running on the harder compound, only because they had a bad start to lap 1, or they've had damage during the race. We know Felipe, we have a first time penalty, which is Felipe in the RV2 driver. Not good for them. 5 lap old hards, as we can see. No safety cars though, yeah, I'm a little bit surprised about that. Not really much more to say about that. We'll move over to the Williams driver, FCR, Liam Dougherty. Still in that Red Bull sandwich. That's not a position you really particularly want to be in. 2 teammates are in front and behind you. Nothing good. Nothing good. Now we're following all these drivers going through cops. We'll move over to Gabriel, who's got a half a second lead to Alexander, not Alexandra, that's my old mentor's name. Anyway, never mind about that. That's not enough about me. Here comes the DRS straight. But I don't think another move is too... I think another move is too far-fetched. He's not right there yet. He's gaining around about 1/10 per DRS straight. But Gabriel is gaining on the majority of the turns. That last-minute practice did maybe pay off for him. But yeah, nothing else really here. TDR driver still running in the points. Nagy as well. We do have Nagy and AMG, the FST driver, and also we have another 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That might be a retirement for Barbotai, who did amazing in qualifying, but just was very unlucky in the race. There we can see 10-second time penalty. He will box. Might retire, might continue. I'm not sure what the rules allow here. CG Master's still in it, running a little bit lower further down the back. Now Gabriel is heading us into the large straight. Is this the... No, this is not the Hamilton straight. We're just coming up the cops now. I can't remember Silverstone. I'm really ashamed of it. I'm partly British as well, which is really bad. Now it's a heritage to know about that stuff, in my opinion. Anyway, we'll move back over to Interval. FZR live standings is 70 points for them. We have a yellow flag by Magus and Beckett. This is not something we really want to see. We have Mr... What's his name? Yeah, Anton has made a mistake. He's down into 10th now. But what happened there? We completely missed her trying to read some sort of comments. The 2 drivers are heading into the pits. A TDR driver as well. A load of people are actually heading into the pits now to do the tyres changes. Even Gabriel. So Joseph is our new race leader. 9 lap old mediums. Really early there. Is that not? Alexander's gone onto the hards. Most drivers will go on the hards, but because it is a 2-stop, possibly 1-stop strategy here tonight. Now, there is him. Yeah. He's almost out of the DRS from Liam. I don't think Liam will have the enough straight line speed to actually catch Joseph. But Joseph for UFRT is leading the British Grand Prix. Poli Trump still running in the same tyre compound. Mediums there again. With the FSD time engine van. Running 7 seconds behind. He's got a Ferrari of only kitten soon behind as well. And that's about it. Then we move over to Gabriel Moya, the race leader. He is best on tyre strategy at the moment. He will possibly undercut, depending on... We don't particularly know this now, but most likely an undercut will happen. But it really just depends on how long Joseph goes. The longer you go, the longer you're now hurt. But he is pulling into the pits with Liam Doherty, the granddad, Poli Trump as well coming in. We have 2 other drivers. Let's see if they will come in. Yeah, they are. with one and only Kitten's son is still staying out on those old mediums. 9-lap old mediums. And he takes the lead. No, he takes the lead. Liam Doherty, doing the bits, getting the time shows. Let's see if this hurt their races. We were looking at Gabriel Moya. Gabriel Moya will jump a few positions now. Yeah, he will ultimately move up to that P2 position, so that is all his job done. He just needs to keep that good gap now with 8/10 to Alexander, and that might pull him away with a race win. The only man we're wondering here is when only Kittenson is deciding the box. But look at that, Alexander's still quite far in front, quite close to the, you could say, net on net race leader. I don't think, if only Kittenson will have to be very extremely lucky. If a safety car is brought out now, he will ultimately take the P1 lead. But look at that, it's hurting his laps. 1.1 seconds down into sector 3. That's nothing you really want. He might put into the pits now. Only 8 seconds separate the two drivers. Yeah, he is going to pull in now. That means Gabriel Moya will be our new race leader in a few seconds' time. And anyway. With a few moves being made, Alexander goes quickest. He does go quickest. He's proven himself now to be very quick. But look at that, he might be in striking distance for this time, but he has got Milan in the... Let's check. Milan in the ONB car. Behind him. 5/10, half a second. It's still not a lot. We'll move over to the rear wing camera. No move being made yet. But if the CET driver can hold it together now, no mistakes, he might be in striking distance to take the P1 lead from Gabriel in the next DRS straight. We can start thinking about how much time is actually Gabriel gaining to Alexander on the straight. Well, in my opinion, we can't. It's a little bit difficult seeing that now because we don't know how much he's gaining when he's on the non-DRS straight. Then we might know, but 4/10, half a second, there was a little bit of a slip up from him. Alexander will now be in the attack by Milan as Barbati sets the quickest lap so far. We're almost halfway through, but there we go. Doherty has almost been passed by the EFES driver, and Percy goes into the inside, taking that P5 away from Liam. What an astonishing move. I like to see that. But he has to defend because Liam ultimately has more battery power than Percy. Going into turn 3 and up to turn 4. This is where the DRS kicks in. But look at that. Iman is really close up to Liam, but loses a little bit on the exits. He will burn that battery, but I don't think no moves will be able to be made yet. Those hard tyres for some drivers have warmed up now, which will mean they can push, meanwhile some won't. We have a little bit battling between CET and FA1AF. Only Kitten, who's now dropped down from P1 to P15, just past CT Master. CT Master is not having a good race so far. Now we'll move over to Gabriel because we are entering the next straight. 5/10. He's good on those exits though. He's done his homework on the exit strategy. But I don't think the CT driver of Alexander will be close enough. Oh, and he looks towards a little bit of the inside move, but ultimately the door will be shut for him to not be able to throw it into the corner. And now we have a yellow flag with Barbati going slow. He is going in, he is going to retire because we can see that wheel is twitching like crazy if he's not having problems. But I think he has retired. CT Masters received the 3-second time penalty. We'll follow Gabriel. Warming up his tyres. Yeah, exactly. He might be, to be honest. He might be just setting the most quickest lap possible. Just super warm, slick tyres. Nothing at all. What a move there. Did we miss something there from the granddad? The granddad. Sounds a good name. Fair enough. Going to be an issue if the causes and safety car. Yeah, it will be. I don't think the management will actually find that good if a safety car was caused due to that. It would have been very, very different if it was an actual safety car called out for a actual incident. Now, Alexandra is not close enough yet. The dirty air is really kicking. Oh, gone very wide there, losing a little bit more time. He can't afford that because behind him he has Milan and now none other than Joseph. We have yet again a yellow flag and that is him again. We won't move over to him. But the UFRT team are really doing well here. P4 and P5, that's the best, better than any other team are doing at the moment. CT Master Spinal plus 3 seconds in one corner prime. I'm losing my mind at the moment, that's why. Shea Devil. Yeah, he's retired now. Now we have at least one more CT driver and he's battling for the win at the moment. He is 4 tenths behind the man in P1, Gabriel. Have I missed anyone? Like, as in not giving them screen time, because I find it very sad if you don't get screen time. Now, none other than Milan, yeah, Bartaby will get another 10 second. He is speeding in the pits. Don't know particularly what he's doing. He has retired now, so he has done the proper way. That is respected. You don't want anyone to stay behind. 2 tenths down, half a second down. I don't think this is the right time to do a move, but Joseph is gaining closer now to be in that podium contention, which is something the UFR family will really appreciate, I believe. Another podium for the team. We'll follow Pershi, who is defending against literally a train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 cars. And he's keeping it very well. We have another yellow flag that is none other than blah 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 going out. Yeah, and then RV2, 26 points. Yeah, so UFC is still not out of. I missed so much stuff. Damn, that power. He's keeping a very good battery. Gabriel is. He's keeping a good battery. Now, we have passed the halfway mark a few laps ago. 2 laps ago. 3 even. So, yeah. This is going to be halfway point. I think these drivers might do one more stop. Maybe. I don't really think so, but maybe. It depends strategy, but I don't think so. Now, Alexander will still be 6 tenths away. But none other than Milan is getting closer and closer. Joseph is getting also closer and closer. So they all are battling for P2 at the moment. If Alexander can't make a move as quick as possible. Does the Williams have... excuse me for that. I will actually put up the stream again just to see what that was. Not teams. Which really... FCR could be in a big trouble if he has damage. Yeah. I think unless I'm blind... I mean, I might be as well, mate, so don't worry about it. We're the blind leading blind. EFES, there we go. Would be peak, to be honest. Oh, look at that! Milan is making a move towards the inside on Alexandra. They do a little bit, maybe doesn't... They do contact together. Make contact together. Alexandra is now, again, pulling away. For 7 tenths, he is losing this battle to try to get this P1. Now let's see here. That would be peak. Need to have a look on the stream. Yeah, sure. Come in. I forgot to post the stream all over the place. I like to do it. Just yeah, whatever. Yo, do you know Do you know any of them more battles to look at than the front battles, mate? I mean, to be honest, the field is. I have covered this. We are looking a bit with Liam Dockery. The thing is, the front runners is more interesting, but nothing at the moment is being displayed here. But yeah, end plate is gone. Yeah. Few drivers are making looks towards the inside, but at the moment we've got a little bit of a pack. Polly Trump, the TDR driver, has now received a 3-second time penalty, which will really hurt their race here. They will drop behind Anton and be out of the points if they don't make quick moves now. Now we have one driver, the VE Sasuke, going into the pits. And sorry again, but I will move over to the top runners because this is where the action is happening at the moment. They're very close. Also, Virtual Esports have been pretty low at this point. 1 point finish, both drivers out of 3 races so far. Only points they have was outside the points. Okay, it's good to know. I like this stuff because it keeps the stream a little bit more entertaining. And also, it keeps me informed what's going on. Now, I don't particularly want to be in this cockpit cam. I don't particularly know why it's done this. Why you do this? Another 3-second time penalty for Aston. That will mean a contention for points between Polly Trump and Anton will be set. We'll go over to broadcast again. We'll move over to see if anything has been made. Milan still looking very close. Joseph is creeping even closer to Milan. But these guys are battling for the 3. This is the top pack. After that, we got the team of Joseph. Pesci still holding off these 6. I think it's 5 cars now. 6 cars. TMSL Milk receiving a 3-second time penalty. But they're more further in the back. VE. Go over again to the top runners yet again. Joseph advantage is crazy. Yeah, he's really doing good here. He's going to push hard. But then again, it's more than force. It's just beneath. For Milan to Alexandra, and then we have a yellow flag. We have a VE driver who has retired. This is TSM Milk. Sad enough. They've decided to quit. Maybe even to go and practice for next round. 1 lap he can play like he wants. Yeah. He can play for 1 lap if you want, but just retire in the pits. Don't stay out. There's no point. I don't think any close calls will be made here for these drivers. If Alexandra can't get even closer, but it looks as that is no. You have to be very close to try to make a move here. Very close. If none of these drivers have a slip-off. We have another 7 laps of the British GP. We'll go over to Percy, who's still running in that with that DRS people behind, DRS train or whatever you want to call it. But look at that, there's so many cars behind him. Everybody trying to get the best result they can. I don't think anyone here is in contention for the top runners. Milky has left now the server. Nothing really going behind, just 2 drivers trying to fight. We have FST Timegen Van, who is currently closing up to only Kittenson. But we'll move back again to the top runners just to see what's going on. Nothing has been going on. This is the more calm time of the race for anybody wondering. Mostly no moves will be made until the last few laps where people start pushing. They want to save their tires. They don't want to push too much. Some people might get punctures, maybe. I mean, 10 laps. I don't know how long the tires do last. I know the hards do last the longest, but I don't know exactly how long. I think it is around about 14, 15 laps, and then they're done. So we might see a few punches here, and an unexpected race winner maybe. Now the closest is Joseph, sorry. but he's not close enough. He cannot use too much ERS. Most drivers are actually running no ERS. Milan, for example, was no ERS during that straight. We'll move over to the back. This is where more or less the most action is happening at the moment, but nothing really yet. Everybody's just in a DRS train waiting for one guy to make a little slip up. And that will be it. No one's really close. A little bit of twitching gone on for Nagy, but nothing else. Again, I'll move over to the top runners because this is where the main prize is to be won, the P1 finish, which Gabriel Moya will probably take for his amazing corner X-ring speed, but the DRS is so ineffective here. You need to really run a good setup for it to really work well. UFO Joseph is running closer and closer now to Milan. Milan will have to try to make a move soon, otherwise he will be losing that podiumship position. Nothing else is going on here. Again, I'll move over to those drivers until we actually see what's happening further behind. Now nothing, everybody's around about 4 tenths down. They're quite close, quite far behind each other. No moves will be made. Percy is still running in that P5. Liam as well. Liam in 6th. Eamon in TDR 7th. Grandad is still running a huge lockup for the TDR driver there. That will really hurt their tyres, the front tyres. These tyres are getting old, so it will be trickier to try to race on them. Nothing going on. I won't move over to those because I see Milan is dropping back down, but not really anything. Gabriel Moya is still burning. He's got 81%. He's doing a phenomenal ERS strategy here. This is literally very shocking. We have a few moves. Sasuke has made a move, but I think he passed Luke in the pits. We'll follow Percy a little bit. Now it's drinking close. Who are the people in the risk of punctures? Terrari, because we might see a 2020 British repeat. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we can also see, we can see the tyres here, and the tyres for most people are between 12, 12, 12. And now for Luke Saver, Luke has received a 3-second. Where's Mr. Luke? Luke is in the further back, he's trying to go for the fastest lap. Don't get how that Williams keeps getting away with going off track either times, now no penalty. Ultimately, it's not registering him a penalty because he's not gaining time. That's how it works. But if this is reported, you might make some stuff up. No, not stuff up. You might get some stuff talked about with the FIA to say that these guys are going off track and losing, you know. But it's still happening a lot. Maybe. We can actually move over to a little bit of the back players here. AMG. 12th at the moment. If he gets a little bit closer, he might get an 11th, even a sneaky P10. I don't think any moves will be made up the runners, so we'll have more of a check down bottom with this man. Grandad is closing up towards the TDR driver, but he is not close enough. He's low on the ERS, so that will hurt him now. He'll have to recharge that battery before he goes for another defensive run. We'll move over to positions again. 90% battery. Hyman has got 14. He's still defending now. Now we see a little bit of a gap between Liam and Iman. This means Liam won't have as much dirt here. And look at that, side by side. Grandad looks towards the outside. He's going to go around the outside. But Iman is still going to defend against his P7 positions. With Grandad still running behind him. We'll go over to his POV. He looks towards the inside. And he gets a good send into the inside line. What a move there from Iman. But look at that. Iman is still going through it. He's going to still hold on to the position, and he's still in P3. What an amazing battle between these two drivers. But this will ultimately lead to Nagy being closer than ever to try to make a move with these drivers. Iman is now running to both drivers going off track. They're really pushing and throw these cars into the corner. They can't lose more time. Only Kittens received a 3-second time penalty. But will follow the Grandad. He will look towards the inside, a little bit almost on the grass, but he will make that move now going into the few final turns. Astonishing move, but don't underestimate Iman. We've seen him, he is good, he keeps this going, but he's a little bit far-fetched. He's a little bit far behind. Nothing happened up ahead, 5/10 between everybody, so we'll leave that for a minute until we start seeing a low gap. Now, who else? Iman, so look at that! He looks towards the inside. Oh my god, I can't remember what the team is called. Damn. There we go, F2, FZR. He's going to defend against the TDR driver, Iman. Iman looks towards the outside. A little bit of contact between the two drivers, and there's another contact. Iman's going to try to get his way past. There might be a move for him. TDR running P8, P7 at the moment. This is an amazing position for him. But look at this. Look at this, everybody. Nagy's still looking towards Cops, and he makes a move into him, pushes Polytrump off. But Polytrump is still deploying that battery with everything he might be able to, but he has to leave the position behind. P10 still for Polytrump. Running really low ERS on these two drivers. We're almost coming up to the final lap of the Grand Prix. This is now or never for him. Will the move be made by the drivers? No, a little bit slidey there from Anton. But look at this, Anton has got the ERS. He's going to look towards the inside. We'll go over to the third person spectator, and a little bit of contact between Eman and Polytrump, and Anton is being made. Anton is being forced off wide. Polytrump still retains P10. Still remember, he has a 3-second time penalty, so too much battling will actually lose him too much time to an AMG who might score a little sneaky P10. No one up ahead will make a move. We'll follow these guys. Now I think they all are... Oh no, look at them, Milan! Milan's going to look towards the inside, a little bit of contact between Milan and Alexander. Milan's going to look towards the outside. Is he going to make a move here going around the outside of Vale? It's not Vale, yeah, maybe. But the CET driver is still going to retain that P2 spot. This he cannot lose. Be defending towards almost Cops here. Now Milan will start losing a little bit of time. Joseph is still running in P4. Just waiting for one little slip up from one of these two drivers, and he might have gone through with it. We'll just have a look at the front guy runners, see what's going on. I think that's it. Don't celebrate before the line, but the man who pulled for the qualifying... excuse me. The man Gabriel, driving for RV2, who did an amazing pole time with more than 100ths of a second, will now see the final corner, and he'll take the checker flag in P1 for RV2. Alexandra will still hold on for CET, that P2 finish, and Milan Dozzi, in none other than the ONB team, will retain a P3 for their performance tonight. UFR driver still running P4, P5. Granda still takes that P6. No other moves have been made yet, and that's a point scoring buddy. Iman lost his front wing. Let's take a look at that TDR. No, he hasn't. 98% on the front. Oh, wow. I think that's what you meant. Yeah, maybe. We'll have the last guy covering. Felipe will now go through Magnus because he's a little bit far off. RV2 Esports take their first ever win in EFES. Wow. The man who did say that the team was all around top 5. No, it wasn't. It was ONB. Excuse me for that. Excuse me for that. Never mind. It didn't work in Belgium, but it works in the UK. Silverstone, the pinnacle of Formula 1. The birthstone of none other than a sport. Amazing race tonight. Amazing. It was spicy in the start, mid in the middle part, and very spicy in the end. Oh man, wow. As we watch Gabriel Manny, we'll move over to that. Here's your awards for all the drivers. Race winner, none other than Gabriel Moya for RV2. Barbati in the Alpine fastest lap. The driver of the day was none other than Kitten's son. And Kitten's son made most overtakes as well. And all over cleanest driver was Penshi, who was defending against a huge amount of drivers behind. Takes the cleanest driver award. Now we'll quickly go through the standings. Gabriel Moya takes P1. Alexander P2. Milton takes P3. Joseph takes P4. And his teammate Percy takes P5. Grandad takes P6. Liam Docherty takes P7. Emana in the TDR driver takes P8. Nagy takes P9. Poli Trump takes P10 for another points finish for Haas. Anton in P11. FST AMG takes P12. FST Tijman van blah 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 takes P13. Only Kittenson, who did have a 3-second time penalty, takes P4. Sasuke P15. Felipe takes P16. Luke takes P17. TMS, CT, and Barbati all DNF'd, but without Barbati taking the fastest lap. Excuse me if I was trying to rumble that. I might have a really, really sore throat tomorrow, which I don't particularly want. Anyway, we'll display the car winner for everything. Just waiting for this to end. There we go. I think that's it. We'll showcase the car quickly, as I have a few things just to say. Amazing race tonight. Very good race. The winner was... No, it wasn't. It was the Kick Sauber. Excuse me. Kick Sauber. There we go. None other than Kick Sauber taking it. Which team it will be? RV2. Excuse me for that. Now, I'd like to thank the EFES management for letting me commentate tonight. It's been a very blessing opportunity for me to do. Exploring new commentary opportunities is always something I like. A little bit of an adventure, to be honest, as well. Now, next round is... I'm not 100% sure. I'll have a look. I think it's F2, wouldn't it be? I'm not 100% sure. When I know more facts, I'll try to talk more. But I'd like to thank you, the EFES management, for letting me commentate, and the owner especially. Very nice them reaching out to me, asking me to commentate. Amazing race tonight. A little bit of ups and downs. It was good though. Very good. Very interesting in the end. And very interesting in the start. I do apologize for any sort of tampering as well. It's something that happens. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. It's very nice to see people taking an interest of esports F1. And next round will be none other than... I need to see the calendar. There we go, Canada. After Silverstone, we'll be in Monza, the Temple of Speed. Will RV2 take a win, or F2? Anyway, I should stop talking now. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'd like to, again, do a huge thanks for EFES for letting me commentate. It's been a very blessing. And I'll see, most likely, I'll see if someone else commentates, or if it's me. Have an amazing night, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.